Welcome to the Unspoken podcast, guys. Here we are. We are in the newest studio, like we told you we'd be.
Brand new, big studio.
Big studio. We're here. I'm here for it, though. Like, here we are. We've been bragging about it.
This is my style. This is my kind.
It's really nice, right?
I like the black. I like the white.
Yeah,
I like
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here for it. It looks good.
Oh, I like this. I like this a lot.
How have you been? Why you been, Dick? How have you been?
I haven't seen you in forever.
Well, we have to tell our listeners, like, how have you been, though? Like, how's life been? Like, we've been probably maybe about a month or so.
So how long has it been?
But I want to say almost a month, if not right at a month, a little bit longer. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
Everything's been good. It's in my married life, going good.
We love a good married life.
Went and saw the in-laws this weekend. It was mother-in-law's birthday.
Yeah.
Although Kentucky Derby's there.
Oh, yes. Everybody had the hats.
It was busy as fuck.
And Nicole's daughter was there. I saw the things that she wore her.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she wore her mother's dress.
I wasn't there.
What?
No, anyone in Kentucky stays away from that.
Oh, really?
So my patients, whenever I saw them, I worked the day we left.
Okay.
Up into the time we left, right? I got off at 6 p.m., 6 to 6. None of my shifts just suck. 6 to 6, got off, drove home. I was home by like 7. Had to pack really fast because my fiance and son did not pack a thing for me. Fiance.
When did? Oh,
you already knew about that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, maybe I did.
You want me to say why?
Anyways, go ahead. Don't remember that part.
Because I'm not the only one that proposed on fucking Valentine's Day.
Really? Okay.
So you do remember. All right. But, so anybody in Kentucky, they don't like to go to the... You don't remember.
Go ahead, continue. I remember.
I got so
we're going there. We're going there.
Okay. But you were confused. But past that. No. Nobody in Kentucky, especially if you're that close, goes to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
They don't. They kind of think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes for a fucking horse race for what? But
it's all about like the show and like
there were so many cops. There was so much traffic. I went down there and my in-laws, they own like there's a name to it, but like swimming hole kind of thing. It's huge. We invited a bunch of family and everything. Party for my mother-in-law's birthday. My son caught a bunch of fish. He hasn't been fishing since he was probably 4.
Yeah.
4, maybe 6.
Yeah.
That fucker caught a fish without bait.
Oh, look at him.
Tell him to get off it. Don't tell him to get it off.
Oh, I couldn't do it either. Like, I'm not unhooking it from a fish.
Tell him to get off it. I skipped a word. Tell him to get it off the hook.
No, absolutely.
No, that kid, he pulls it out, he dropped the fucking pole, and he took off running.
I would not pull a fish off a hook either.
So what are you going to do? Cut it off?
Give it to you to pull it out. Give it to somebody else to pull it out. I wouldn't put a worm on a hook. Like I put that on my TikTok. Like, anyways, continue.
Okay, so we did the whole fishing thing. He did great. Like I said, Aries did amazing. Annoyed the fuck out of me about how much he wanted to do it.
But Ray
did it. He got in big trouble, too. I'm going to put this one out there. He got in big trouble. We're not going to say how much trouble. He got big trouble. Little shit likes to lie. Anyways, so we did the whole party. We drove down Thursday night.
Yeah.
Got there Friday morning. Hung out. Saturday was the party. Sunday, we saw Grandma. Yeah. Let me backtrack. Saturday night, Aries got to play with fire, dude.
Okay.
I want to show you videos, and I'll post them. on this. This little shit. First time ever spinning fire.
Okay.
Crisscross behind his back.
Okay.
Took one hand and flipped them and I can't wait to show you, man.
That's so
a little shit. And he hit himself and caught himself on fire.
Yeah.
But it's not like when you think you catch yourself on fire, it's not like
CPS
it's not engulfed. I don't care if you do. And I spanked him. Tell me your CPS ass don't fucking spank your kid. Real shit. Anyways, so he's spinning the fire, and of course there's a little cup tied to like a link of chains.
Okay.
But they're about this long.
Okay.
And you put a little bit of gasoline in it. Diesel will last longer. Gasoline, just not as long. But you put them in there and you light it, and it'll just stay lit in there for a minute. I say a minute, but probably about 4 or so.
Okay.
Sit there and spin them how you want to spin them. They hit you. The first one that hit me caught it was my crotch. But it was really my shirt, but it was my crotch caught on fire. And literally I just had to, and it went out.
Oh.
So it's not that big of a deal. When you think about it being caught on fire, it's not that big.
Yeah.
It's just not. But little man, one-handed, was sitting there spinning them. And I mean, you see the lights and the way it's going. It was so cool.
Nice.
So we had so much fun. in that part.
Yeah?
But it rained the entire time.
I remember you saying that. It was like it was raining and it was like a bit cold.
It rained the whole time.
Yeah. That's wild.
Of course, he didn't pack one pair of pants.
I don't think he ever gets cold, though. Like, even in the winter months, he wears
Well,
shorts.
I overpack and the little shit could wear my shit. Well, only because I don't fit in it anymore. It's too cheap to buy bigger stuff, so I squeeze into my little stuff. But no shit. Yeah, they do wear my stuff. All right, so we did the fishing. He did the fire spinning. We did the birthday party. We visited the grandma. Yeah. Monday morning, we wake up and we leave. By there, mind you, it's an hour ahead. But we leave at 7.
Okay. In the morning. Okay.
And we stopped a couple times. It's a 13-hour drive, but we got here at 7.
Oh.
It wasn't terrible.
Not too bad.
It wasn't terrible.
Not too bad.
What about you? How was Purple?
I did. I went to Purple Party. I have not been to Purple Party probably. I haven't been.
Cheers,
since
everybody.
20.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, well, cheers, everybody. I haven't been there since 2018, prior to COVID. Yeah, it was a really, really good time. I didn't know this weekend was the weekend that I needed.
Oh, you had fun?
I had an amazing time. And I didn't know
You
that
needed to lose your wallet?
I didn't know that I needed this weekend. I really...
What did you need from this weekend? What did you get out of this weekend you felt like you needed?
I got a lot of validation out of this weekend, but I also got a lot of...
guy you brought in?
From one of my friends that flew into town, yes. The bestie, yes, it is. I mean, you guys saw it from my Instagram, bestie.
Of course.
So yeah, he came into town. We had an amazing time. It was, like I said, I didn't know that I needed it, and it was a really good time.
Sometimes it's just that weekend that you fucking need.
Yeah,
It may not have been the things you say you need, but that was the weekend.
it was, and that's what it was for me. We had so much fun, and we had a blast. Like I said, it was everything that I didn't know that I needed, and just it had a lot of validation, but it also just cleared up a lot of things too. This week, a lot of deep conversations about things, and
One person or many?
with this one person, with
Okay.
my friend. It was my friend Ryan. So we had really good conversations about things. And he ended up staying an extra day, and we just got to bond more and stuff like that. It is really, really great. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Because I was probably only because I was wearing a jock strap, but it is what it is.
I'm surprised you fucking wore that much.
You're dumb. I would, this is the first time I've worn the less clothing too. Like I normally would.
No, it's not. All right. No, it's not, because one time we went to this pool party.
That was years ago. It was a Speedo.
Okay, but you can't say this one time and then years ago it did happen.
It did happen with a broken ankle.
So all you can say is it's been a while since I've done.
It's been a long while since
We went to a party and he's like, Cody, and he'd probably never done it before.
No, up to that point, I never did.
To be honest with you on that one, you probably never had. He's like, Cody.
Mind you, with a broken
And this is one of my really good friends who's full party, which is raunchy. But I mean, they're all walking around basically nothing.
Oh yeah.
And Breyden had wore this suit. And he was nervous to wear it, but he wanted to wear it because he was that gay. No. He was that not that gay like the girl, hey, but he was that gay person at that time.
Yeah.
Because that was our time in life. That's
what
was happening. That's all I mean. And he really, really wanted to wear this white Speedo.
What, I've worn it? Okay, you guys have seen me. I've worn it in a photo shoot. I've never worn it out in public, but I did it in one of my photo shoots.
That's different. That's different. That's different because we can Photoshop how big it is.
You have lost your mind.
Oh, but no, seriously. So we were at this party. We were at this party and Brayden's like, Cody, this, and that. I'm like, pull your fucking pants off and wear your fucking Speedo. And he did. He did, and he had a blast.
I did. It was fun.
And it was like no qualms. Like no one was tugging at his dick. There was no qualms. He wore it. He flaunted. He shook his little ass. He did what he did, and it was great.
It was. I had a really good time.
Yeah, and that's what you should do if that's what you feel in the time that you're feeling at this age. Now comes into what we want to talk about.
What is
age and sex?
Yes, it's episode 2.
The uncomfortable situations with aging and sex.
So what do you feel so we'll start off with what do you feel as far when we talk about aging and sex, what do you feel is the time frame for it? Like how do you
time frame? Okay, so all right, I do like the wording and the question of time frame. Mm-hmm. Especially being a nurse.
Yes.
Look.
Well, medical, obviously, yeah.
No, because seriously, look
at all those grays, y'all.
I'm fine with that. My aging and sex is just fine. But seriously, there's no rhyme or reason of when and good time, because in my mind, and in most I feel,
right,
when you think about aging and sex, when you think about erectile dysfunction, when you think about these number of things, it comes into, to me, for some reason, past 50s.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know why, but that's a number that I hit that I'm thinking those things should happen. Do you know that I'm in my 30s and I could probably tell you a handful of things that happen in a sexual situation where I age?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I agree.
I know.
I agree because I only know because of you.
Yeah, because I make it known and you're like, oh, shoot.
That happened? Like, what is that? Like,
And just being nurse background, I'm like,
yeah,
but otherwise it'd be like a hush hush we don't talk about.
exactly. Unspoken.
Obvious. Excuse me. I feel that there's no actual age number to a sexual deficiency.
Okay.
Meaning how much you need it,
Mm-hmm.
how little you need it, how well it works or how well it don't.
Okay.
Things come to play with that.
Okay.
Drugs.
Mm-hmm. Drugs like enhancers,
Drugs. Desire.
Okay.
Enhancers. Energy.
Energy is a big play of it. Like, but I think also drugs
Because energy, like, say you're asleep, you're tired. Motherfuckers work 36 hours. You want sex so fucking bad.
Right.
You desire it so much, but homeboy's not awake.
Homeboy's not awake.
I mean, fold it in their limp and let's see what happens. No joke. Like,
I mean, as long as you get the head in, it's totally fine.
it's not. No, because no. That's a different conversation. But seriously, I don't think there's an actual time limit to or time frame. You know, today I was in the surgery center before I got here.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's 17.
Mm-hmm.
I had to stick, which I mean, by stick, I mean by IVs, but
Yeah.
I've had to stick babies. But for some reason, this is different to me in this situation because I had to stick a 16-year-old to get a back injection.
Oh, the lower. Oh my God.
No, it doesn't matter what part.
Well, that still hurts.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt because I gave her an IV to put her to sleep.
Oh.
But the little girl's just now starting back injections.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whirlwind of,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it because I don't want to detriment nursing.
Right.
It's not good. That blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
That blew my mind.
Yeah. 16.
So I guess what I'm referring to is age in perspective is only a number in what we take it for.
I agree. Like,
Yeah. At 45 years old, could get an erection without any help, any medication. Somebody at 20 might need that medication. Like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to throw it out there. Like myself, for example.
okay.
Using it too much or in detrimental order, hurting it by it. I mean, you're cooked. Or using it too much sex, or just jacking off too much.
Yeah.
Or just using it too much.
Right.
Too much is
Too much.
too much.
You gonna dry rub your.
You know, me and Anson, we have sex all the fucking time.
Yeah, I'm told.
God damn. We have sex we got sex 6 times a day, and best believe we're getting off every fucking time.
Yeah.
Hey, take us 30 minutes.
I love that for y'all.
Hey, me too. Except that I hate that it depletes the day. Although I have nothing else better to do.
Yeah.
Me and that man, we have a great sex life. Like, I love him so much. But seriously, you could work for it so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from working for it hard, that got out of context. What I'm saying is you don't know the age difference and when it falls in place.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Everybody's different.
We're all different.
Yes.
We could have used drugs.
And there are many. There are so many.
We could be lack of testosterone. We could be lack of energy. Like, as a nursing, I could tell you 1,000 probably. No. But I can tell you, I could tell you 20 things that would make you not want or be able to even nut.
Mm-hmm. A lot. There's not
so many. Not even the desire, but even just to nut.
Yeah. Nut for those folks means getting off.
Means to come. No, but seriously though, aging and sex, whether it be gay or straight, is a big issue.
Aging and sex is a big issue.
It doesn't mean it's not in Texas, dumbass.
What?
I thought you said in Texas.
It's a big. Well, I said age. Anyways,
I thought you said in Texas.
No.
But I don't think there's an actual age limit. It doesn't happen in younger crowds.
Right.
But God damn it can.
It does.
Because my erectile dysfunction,
Mm-hmm.
speaking freely, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's under control now. But it happened in my 20s.
Yeah.
And I could tell you why. I don't need to.
Right.
I could tell you examples why, and you can guess why. But it happened in my 20s.
Yeah.
And it was from overstimulation, too much use, drugs, whatever.
Right.
I'm so sorry. It can happen
Anytime. Well, in your adults, right?
I honestly don't think I've ever known it to happen as a teenager.
Well, you would think so, but stranger things have happened, but
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
so when I got stopped up on like when it could happen, I was sitting there thinking like, I've never ever known it to happen outside of 20s.
Yeah. I think also just with closer in that we get in age, closer to 50,
Well, see, you think 50s, you say 50s, and that's
What's
what I thought
50 in
too.
reference to what you were
50s
saying
isn't
earlier?
right. We're in our 30s, and you can admit there's some erectile dysfunction. It just happens, and it may not just because it can't stand at form. It just may not stand at form as long as you want it to.
Right.
There's things that fucking happen with age.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the controversy is with age, or the controversy with erectile dysfunction is age.
Yes.
I said that wrong the first time. That's what I meant. Because there's no rhyme or reason.
Right.
Like I said, mine was in my 20s, and now it led up to this. Anson is in his 20s, and he's leading up to me.
Mm-hmm.
Not to speak anything, but like, bro, it seems that it doesn't seem this way. I think we're finally comfortable talking about it sooner.
Absolutely.
I think it's always happened quicker than we've let off.
That makes sense, though. Like, I mean, because everybody's afraid to, I would think people are afraid to, for myself too, when we've had this conversation, they're afraid to admit it because it just remains unspoken. You don't talk about it. But,
Exactly.
Spoken. Yeah.
No joke.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not scared to. Well, there's these medications, and I can list them.
And I'm glad that there's
But
medications for it
seriously,
too.
even though, because your desire will be there.
Desire is always going
Your
to.
desire will fucking be there.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like, I want to fuck like rabbits all the time. So does my husband. Seriously, Anson and I, like, I spend all day in the room, and we could fuck for hours.
Yeah.
But it may not work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fold my limp dick in there, you know what I mean? Seriously, I mean, that sounds funny.
Well, no, I mean,
And that's,
even that purple too. Like,
you want it that bad, and you know what you want, but god damn it, it don't work that way. It just don't.
yes. But I mean, it also goes in when you go into like in the part with, I'm going to say this speaking from a different point of like, with natural. I mean, with natural, but you say when you go to the parties, like I went and I've seen people that like at Purple when people were giving other
I've been
people
to parties,
and they're
I've been to
like,
parties,
can't
and they
get it.
use stuff for it, like you're saying.
Well, no, what I'm saying is it's still limp, and these people are still sucking it just to suck it. But it's like it's limp, and you can't get hard because you're on so many drugs. But there are also drugs that can do just make it.
You can get it up, but there's not drugs that make you come.
No.
So really, why?
That's the big question. Why? I mean, like to make it hard to have sex all the time. I mean, to continue what
Could be daddy issues. No, that's a different. That's subject.
different.
I honestly don't feel like it's daddy issues.
I don't think it's daddy issues either.
No, I feel like it's an addiction.
An addiction, which is a good episode that we have on this.
No, we're coming to addiction later, but I do feel like it's an addiction.
Yeah.
I really, really do.
Addiction is
I feel like I feel like it's trauma and addiction based.
But what is the addiction to?
Desire and want.
Okay, I got you. All right.
Whether it not be sexual.
Okay.
But you didn't get that as a kid either.
Okay, so like earlier we were talking about enhancement.
Opinionated, obviously.
Yes, very much, because everybody's entitled to it, obviously.
Well, tell it yourself. And say I'm wrong, because fuck you.
I mean,
That's how I feel. I can tell you what happened to me 20 times, and fuck you. You know? Seriously, like, I think it's all base by base characterized.
absolutely, for each person.
All right, so I'm gonna look over here because I think
We got a bullet board over here, which is
all right. So
So we're on Hansers.
how about kids, man?
Kids.
I know you don't have any.
I don't have any kids, but your kid.
You kind of
the
do.
kid that I never had.
If you ever come around again.
What?
If you ever be away from your purple parties and come around again.
Wow.
It's actually not just purple party. It's all the people leading up to it and that are influencing you wrong. I mean, do you want to talk? Let's talk. I think desire is a big deal.
So we're going back to number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Desire. Okay.
Now I want to go back to that one.
Okay.
I wanted to poke a little bit, but I want to go back.
All right.
I'm in it to sting.
We're back to desire. So desired. What is your definition of desire?
There's 2 to me.
Okay.
Desire to me means desire to want something that somebody else wants, or desire to have something that you can't have.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good.
So in aging and sex, do you get off better, or does that matter if you're getting something that you know you can have or that you can't?
That's a good question. It's a really good question. If you know the answer to that, put it in the comment section. Or what your honest opinion is of it. All right. So we're going to move on to the next one.
We're skipping that one. That's fine.
Desire? We're skipping desire?
You are.
I'm not skipping it. I agree with I 100% agree with what you said. I agree with that 1,000%. It's having.
You desire to be with somebody that wants to be with you, or somebody that pretends to?
I don't think there's anybody that pretends to be with me.
Pretends that wants to.
Pretends to want me, no. And I've kind of booted that out. So.
I guess that's what I relate to. But with the kid situation.
The kid situation.
Jumping back, because I did go to desire. But jumping back, you don't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that hinders aging and sex?
Hinders it?
I'm asking you because I'm going to tell you after mine because I do.
Right.
But I want to know yours.
Hinders it? Like, I don't know. I mean, I think it. I speak
you have
from.
less time to do so. Okay. You go.
I mean, it can hinder it because if I personally just speak from personal experience. I don't know when my mom was single. I don't know.
How long was she single?
I don't know. Like, my dad died.
How long did she raise you without a stepdad?
I had a stepdad my dad died when I was 7, so I had a stepdad. I mean, it really wasn't. I've only known like one guy that my mom ever dated, which is my stepdad.
I don't know.
So maybe a year or two, like, that was it.
You've always had.
Yeah, and so, but I never had met.
What's your perception on it?
My
perception on kids, parents, and sex.
Kids, parents, and sex. Okay.
Steps.
Okay.
I mean sex.
Sex. I mean, your kids don't have to know about it.
If you're at the age you are now,
mm-hmm.
and you had kids,
mm-hmm.
what in this time frame does that hinder you from having sex?
It doesn't.
Why? Let me tell you. Anson and I, and I'm going to talk about Anson. I love that man to death. That is my fucking, God damn it, that's my husband. That's my man. To me, so there's times that I have to really distinguish my time between my husband, and I call him my husband because I'm going to marry that man, and my son. As my son has recently reached out and told me, Dad, I feel left out since Anson's lived here. He did. Straight up. Uncomfortable situations, right? Unspoken. He did. And it made me feel really, really bad. Because you know me, I'm for my son. I've left people for less. But I had to distinguish, like, is this really a real situation? Or is he just expressing his fears or his exclusions? He's excluded 1,000%. I'm not scared to say so. Give a fuck. I have a relationship. I have a kid and I have a relationship. I have two that I have to distinguish between which time I give. And 95% of the time, we distinguish them together. There's times that I have to give each one separate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's hard on me. My son has recently said, hey, Dad, since Anson moved here, like, I feel left out. And he said a little more things with it. But I had to literally get down to, like, why? How so? And it came to just because you don't give me the attention you did before, which is not okay. It's not okay. Like, you get that attention because I was alone.
Do you believe that your son should get more attention than your partner? Or should it be equal?
I feel like it's equal.
But do you believe that it's equal?
Well, I feel like it should be equal in the sense that I give, but I feel like my son should get more from both of us.
Okay.
And I do feel like I do pretty well at that. I feel like I slacked off until my son said so, but I picked back up. Good for you. 1,000%. But that goes into kids. So talking about kids. Even, so we talked about my kid. We talked about my kid. We talked about my situation. Again, you don't have one. You don't know. But in kids in general, do you know how hard it is to date with kids? Do you remember when I dated?
Many times.
Sure. I love to say it like that. I mean, but do you remember when you dated? Okay. Is that what you said to me many times? Do you remember when you dated and you had to have my kid because I knew nothing else and you were dad? There was at least 2 years when we became friends that I had nothing else but choice for you to step in and be dad. What about when you dated? I want to know about that.
When I dated?
When you dated in those 2 years that you were obligated to be dad because I had no choice but you. There was a time, fuck yeah, I depended on you. Fuck yeah. There's no sugarcoating it. But when you were stuck in that position, how did it feel for you to date?
I put your kid first. Like,
I know, but I mean, like, in dating and age, that's what we're talking about.
Dating and age.
I know what you did for me, but how did it affect you?
I didn't. Like, as you said I was a serial dater. I don't think that I'm a serial dater, but I didn't say. You told me that before.
I always said that before, but I never said that.
Okay.
No, I have said that before. I think you're a lady enough for me. I don't think you give a good enough chance to anybody, but that's you're not there.
Right.
What I'm asking you is about my son when you tried to date and we're having the responsibility of being basically the sole responsibility. There's a time that I had to only work.
Right.
And you did dad.
I did, but there wasn't
How
so
hard
much.
was that for you to date, or did you?
It wasn't hard for me because, as I've told you before, anybody that I've talked to, and I have for anybody, I have canceled on dates because this kid has a special place in my life.
Right.
And so,
right, but okay,
maybe I'm not understanding the context of it.
you're not, because I feel like you're getting defensive. What I mean is, how hard was it to schedule those?
It was hard.
How hard was it to make someone accept, like, hey, this kid's either gonna be with me,
Mm-hmm.
and if I haven't, that's my plan. Well, I was gonna say, like, this kid's gonna be with me, but you're not. My kid should never meet somebody for the first time with you.
Right, I agree. So in essence,
So what I'm
you're
saying
saying
was, like, how was it for you to actual form a relationship? I can answer that for you, but I don't want to.
So it was hard, but when I say it in the respect
That's
of,
what I'm trying to get at is, how hard is it to date?
it's hard. It's very hard. I agree. And like for that moment in time, it was hard because I had bailed and canceled on so many because you can't always do it. You're not always
You
available.
don't have to bail.
Yeah, and you're not always
That makes
available.
sense.
And some people don't understand that, which you're not going to understand until you have a kid.
And the people that do,
That's the ones you want to keep around. Not somebody gets bent out of shape. Well, that's my kid, and that's what people don't.
even not your kid.
Right.
That was your kid.
That was, yeah. And still to this day, like people don't understand it. And like people always see me with Ari, that's not my kid, but he's my kid. Like I love that kid so much, you know? And so no, it's hard. It's really hard. And you can't always meet everybody's accommodations because you have a kid.
And that's the biggest thing too, is like no one in time.
Time. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, isn't it, even as you told me, as a single parent with working so much and having your kid, if I split my time with you, this is part of Anson, you have to know the place that you hold because I don't split my time with anybody.
Either
My
I
kid-
split it with you or you share it with me.
Right. And then if I give you that part of the time, you need to
God's honest truth, my son, my kids, my daughter too,
right.
take presents.
Absolutely.
So
as they should.
You either share that time,
Mm-hmm.
point blank, or I'll move on.
Yeah, absolutely.
My kids are my kids.
Yes.
My husband now, and I say husband because I'm going to fucking marry this man, has owned that and accepted that. Did you see the picture of him in the fucking fishing pole with him catching that big ass fish with Aries? Recently. I mean, it's been within a day.
Okay.
But, dude, the fish was this big, him and Aries caught. Like,
yeah.
melts me.
Yeah.
Because he's trying.
Yeah, absolutely.
That man's stepped up so hard.
Yeah.
That's what it takes. That's what I love.
I love that though. I mean, and you have to have somebody that's willing to come in and pull that weight too, because that's his kid now too. You know what I'm saying?
If not, then I'll jump ship.
Right. I've seen it.
not ship to anybody else. I'll jump ship by myself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Will sell, you know?
Yeah.
But there's no reason for that because Anson is fucking him. I'm going to be with this man until I die. But, all right, so I'm going to get back onto it. We talked about kids.
Yes.
You don't really know how you feel about the kids situation.
I from what I feel like when you have kids, it's going to be harder. Absolutely. It's going to be harder.
1,000%.
And you have to make sure that the person that you're talking, it's hard to date with kids.
To distinguish the two, like, what about, let me tell you this.
Okay.
How would you deal with this? Me having a kid.
Okay.
Let me tell you this. My daughter reached out recently. We can have a conversation.
Yeah. You need to talk to the mic.
Okay, that's fine. So Aries pulling me aside, getting mad or getting upset about being in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Told me, hey, Dad, since Anson moved here, I've felt left out.
Okay.
And I could tell you a situation of how that rolled out. But without me having said so, what would you take that? If my son pulls me in, he asked me, he said, Dad, can I speak to you privately? Of course.
Right.
Of course. Finish what we're doing.
Yeah.
I think I was eating. Finish what we're doing. I'm like, hey, bud, you ready? I'm not ready. You ready?
Yeah.
We went and talked privately. And he told me, he's like, Dad, since Anson moved here, I've felt, and he used the words unloved. Unloved and this, and this. How would you, I can tell you what happened.
Right.
How'd you take it?
That broke my heart. But also it made me go through
initial evaluating how would I take it.
Evaluate.
You've seen us. You know how.
Mm-hmm.
And you know Aries. So evaluating it, put yourself in my place. How would I take it? I'm seriously curious and I won't get mad.
Why does that make you feel like that? But I also see too, from my own point of perspective, is I can see it though. And it's not disrespect, but like and he's a kid.
Well, having to mind somebody new.
That's true. And rules and
Yeah.
yeah.
And you're taking my dad's love.
And you're taking more time away from me, from what I had. Yeah.
I'm curious how you handle that. I'm curious.
Yes.
Like, I'm obviously asking, like, how do you think you would handle that? Not having kids, living in.
I don't know that I can answer that with not having kids.
You've taken care of Aries. How you? Well, I call bullshit. How would you handle it? You lived with me damn near 4 years.
No, I really want to, from what you've always told me, is assess the situation. You have to assess.
Thank you. That's exactly it. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. Assess the situation before you make any decision.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Seriously. I wanted to hear that. Like, hear him out, hear me out, put them to and assess.
Yeah.
All right. No, seriously, it's a big good or not good. That's your answer. But what I wanted out of it, because there's no right or wrong answer. What I wanted out of it is just assess is the easier word, but to put assess into a word is look into it.
Yeah. Because you told me before, because I will go in guns blazing and acting a fool, and you tell me before you act that and you act a fool, listen to everybody's story, assess the entire situation, and then make your decision.
Before you make yourself look like a dumbass, figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. So we did.
Moving on. That was really.
Did we do dating?
You put me on the spot. Let's get a little
Of
hot.
course I did. What about dating?
Dating. Oh, we skipped dating.
We kind of skipped dating. There's two of them.
Dating is a whole another world of like dating. I hate dating. It's so horrible.
So dating, the uncomfortableness is about dating, like especially. I'm always gonna talk about. I have kids. It's the trust,
The trust, always.
infidelity,
Mm-hmm.
the desire comes with it. But it's like, are you playing to play or do you really want to play?
You want to fuck or play? Yeah. We're not. That's
95% of them, of anyone, I say them, anyone, just want to fuck to play.
okay. Yeah.
I'm wrong.
Yeah. You're not.
I know.
You're not.
I know. So, in aging and sex,
Mm-hmm.
desire is a big part, but it also plays in with whether you're desired to, whether you are stressed. Stress is a big fucking one we didn't put on the board either, but yeah, stress and your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can tell you a number of times how many times my friends have gotten with somebody that they didn't desire. They just got up to me.
Okay.
Being honest.
Yeah.
What is the fun of that? I can nut by myself.
All right.
Okay. Another fucking session. I'm serious. I have a whole masturbation conversation.
We've talked about it on the way here.
Seriously, like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
But why not? It's occupying your time, and it fills that void that you need for them. So why not?
Go home and use your hand.
But why, when you have somebody that can fill that temporary void for you?
STDs.
Prep.
Not 100%.
It is not 100%. It's 99.9.
We can do it. No, but seriously, we got off track, and I'm gonna get back on track. So the aging, and I'm gonna talk seriously. I know it was fun. Everyone fun. Yeah, we spiraled down.
Okay, so we're diving right back into aging and sex, and we're talking about drugs with that.
So aging and sex. Are we starting with drugs? Because I got 4 topics I really want to talk about. You want to start with drugs?
We'll start with drugs.
Drugs are bad.
Sometimes they're good.
Sometimes they're good.
Sometimes yes, of course. For each personal effect for somebody, sometimes drugs.
By what? By drugs, what do you mean?
Enhancers? Or what do you mean? Like
But I mean, like, is that what you mean as like injecting, or do you mean enhancers as like we're taking a pill, or do you mean?
I mean, drugs can mean so many things to different people. Like for me, I'm going to say drugs in the whole spectrum of it can be an injection, it can be a pill, it's drugs. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
You're going to listen more. I'm like, it could be sublingual. It could be. Go on, bro. Get it.
Yeah. And I mean, it could mean so many things, but in all spectrum, it goes into that umbrella of drugs.
Which one do you like?
Well, marijuana calms my nerves for anxiety.
1,000%. I'm marijuana all day.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean that. I meant sex drugs.
Sex drugs. I mean,
We don't. My mom was great. She actually.
His mom is.
She got pregnant with me, and she I
love her.
She went straight key. She did. She really did. Like, I say this
respectfully.
I really do. And you know my mom.
I do.
My
She's,
God.
I love her, adore her so much.
Like, I'll talk shit all day, but my mom was the most amazing person.
Mm.
And she quit doing every drug, and she did everything right, because she had a miscarriage before me.
Mm-hmm.
But she made sure that I came out.
Here we are.
She made sure that I can't. I fed the vagina, not that I get. But you know what? I didn't even feed the vagina because that was a dark black hole that I did not want.
He just said, nope.
Hell no. Just smelled so funny. I ain't doing that shit. So they had to cut me out of her stomach.
Oh, me too.
But when they cut me out of her stomach, I jumped.
He said, let me out of this.
The doctor caught my foot.
Surprising.
That's a story I've written.
It's surprising you catch you by your third leg, but it's fine.
Uh-huh.
Anyways.
We can't say that I grew into my size. He grew into me.
You're so dumb.
No, but yeah, no, my mom is a fucking amazing.
She really is, guys. I love this woman so much. She'll be the one.
We talk shit, but you cannot about her.
Oh, you can't. You really can't. She'll text me. She'll be like, "Hey, the weather's gonna get really bad. I want you to know. Make sure your car's parked over here."
She remembers everybody's birthday. She remembers everything that's going wrong in your city.
Yes.
Like, my mom is the most worrisome, best person.
She's an amazing human being.
My
She
God.
really is.
Like, no bullshit. The reason I'm good, and I've always said this, is because I have a father that isn't so great.
mm-hmm.
He's not here no more. But
Right.
Oh my God, if I put a pinpoint on why, it's my mom.
The reason Cody is good is because his mother, and that's
You know how many times I was locked up? Do you know I couldn't go to regular high schools?
you. What?
We'll talk about that later.
So how many times did you do what? Anyways.
No, I was really, really bad, but my mom is amazing.
Yeah, I've heard from outsiders. I've heard.
She's so good. She saw me in every
Stage.
All right, so I have a really big one that I want to talk about.
He does.
We're gonna
Do it.
have
No.
5 minutes till I talk about it. Cause
Okay, so are we finishing up this drugs one, or what are we doing?
all right, quickly,
Drugs. I mean,
You want to know
what?
You tell me first.
I already told you what I thought was drugs, and just the whole spectrum of the under the umbrella.
Well, what drugs? So what we're talking about is age and sex.
Age and sex, and I think with age, sometimes men get erect.
So with age, also, especially with the gay scene, we get fucked up with Molly.
Okay. We do.
We do. And the testosterone and all the like bodybuilding shit, that's different. That's not what we're gonna talk about. We could talk about that another day. But what I'm talking about now is the actual drugs, the sex drugs.
Sex drugs.
Sex drugs.
Trimax.
That's something.
So like a
that's something you inject in your piece to make it hard.
yes.
That's not what I want to talk about.
So like drugs at a sex party, or like clarify for me for me.
I think that was a good point, but that's not what I'm going for.
Okay.
I think that was a good point. I think what I mean is what drugs make you want.
What make you want?
Because we get undesired because of the level of age that we're at. And I say age because it's stereotypical.
Right.
At what age do you justify how you supplement for it?
I mean, it also for me goes beyond, even with what comes with age, it goes beyond drugs. Okay. So with drugs like Molly for sex, Molly, of course, Molly's going to keep you going.
So if you're going to have limp dick.
Yes. With Molly?
I don't know. I've only done it once. I've only done Molly once.
Okay.
Tell me. No, don't be scared. Tell me.
No,
Does your dick get hard?
yes, for me
On
personally, yes. Like it does for me.
It's a fuck drug or what?
Yeah, that's why people go to these parties and they do the Trimax and they do the Molly, because you get hard.
Trimax is to keep your dick hard.
With enough cocaine and G, but like their Molly does not
So
make.
basically, what it's saying is polysubstance. All that you can
But
do
from
this
personal
with.
experience, Molly.
What I hear is you can do all this with an enhancer of injecting your penis. That's what I heard you just say.
Molly, if I'm really attracted to somebody, it's gonna still work with Molly for me, 100%.
For a minute, it doesn't stay hard.
No, it doesn't, but it works for a minute. It gets where it needs to go,
No,
but it's hard.
It shows you're turned on by them, but bitch,
It ain't working.
ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
That's the age and sex conversation we're having.
Yes.
Do you know what you need to do to compensate for that?
Probably take something like
Yeah,
Cialis.
and
We've had this
point.
conversation.
Cialis. Yeah, this is a good point. Viagra,
Viagra,
blood pressure.
Don't take it with blood poppers. I've heard.
So, on all those things, like it doesn't. I guess our big thing is the age.
Yeah.
What is an actual age group for?
I don't think there's an age
there one.
for it though, because I think, like you said, it can even happen as early as your 20s that you need to take that. I mean, I've started Cialis in my 30s, but I think for people, it just hits everybody differently. And so I think if you feel like you have that, you should, talk to your doctor. Okay.
No,
But anyways.
I think you should talk to your doctor or talk to me.
But, that goes on to the next one, which also is erectile dysfunction. So,
Are you ready for that one?
let's do it.
That's one I really want to talk about.
Yeah.
All right.
You need to talk into the microphone, though.
Okay, that's fine. That's a big one because it's not only for men.
Really? Erectile dysfunction is for women,
Nah,
too.
if women's clit don't get hard, they don't really come.
Interesting.
Actually, they do. They can. But what I mean is, like, I don't mean it like that. Like, they can't or they don't. I mean that if it's not stimulated, then they won't.
Right. Okay.
But that comes with age, too.
Yeah.
And women actually take Viagra and sex supplements, too.
Now, let me Google that. I'm just kidding.
To make their hormones turn on.
Okay.
Not kidding.
Okay.
It's not just a guy thing.
I didn't know that.
Their pussy won't get wet unless they actually take something sometimes.
That.
I'm not kidding.
That's not-
I'm a nurse, so that's the only reason.
Yeah, medical.
I ain't trying to get up in there any other way. No, bitch. Seriously, though. Like, they, too, have issues.
See, I figured that. Like, okay, that makes sense. So, okay, go on and say, because I'm still learning about, like, erectile dysfunction.
Sometimes it's not being able to get it up.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Fucking, you want it, you'll slap it, you'll fucking stroke it. Bitch is this soft.
Erectile dysfunction.
You know what? Some
sucks.
people can't even nut soft. I can.
I can, too.
Right. But that's part of erectile dysfunction.
Okay, I get it.
It is.
Yeah.
Because the mental stimulation will actually get you off better than the physical stimulation. I know it's embarrassing. I know it sucks.
I mean, I'll be the first
I know it sucks. Not being able to keep a fucking hard on.
stallion.
Say you're ready and you go to stick it in that pussy or that
The booty hole.
that bussy.
Are you ready to put it in the bussy?
Either when you put it in pussy or bussy, either way, when it gets in there and it don't stay hard, man, you feel like less of a man.
Yeah.
But it's fucking normal.
It is. And that's what we've had this conversation too, because I didn't know.
That's when you pull out the porn, you jack off, let them sit on it, and then
See,
you still take that nut.
before. Okay, yes.
Yeah, I know you get off by nut, but back foreign, but that's fine. Either way, even aside from what I just said,
Yes.
past that, there are times that it will not fucking work.
Yes, there are.
And that's the age and sex.
Yes.
You can't help it. You could be 20 and it's just not gonna fucking work, man.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me why.
It's each person is different.
You can't.
You can't, yeah.
You can't tell me why.
Okay, tell me.
I can't tell you why.
Same.
Each person is different.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. You shouldn't be embarrassed or unacknowledged because your dick don't work.
Mm-hmm.
It just sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the thing is with it, if say it don't work, let's try to fix it. That don't work. You got to keep working till you fix it.
But what if there's no fix?
Get prostate. Not a prostate, but prosthetic. I've taken care of patients. I had this one patient. I'm gonna tell you right now. I had this one patient that his dick was hard all the time.
Yeah.
And my patient came up where my came up to me and she's like, Cody, like his dick's hard in a lesser form.
In the medical terminology.
She didn't say that. She didn't say that. Like his dick's hard and it won't go down.
Right?
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
I had to go in there and I literally had to like stroke down his dick. Seriously, all the way down. What the fuck do you think you're doing as a nurse? You're feeling the entire body. I'm not kidding.
Learning from the medical terminology.
I do.
See,
And then I feel a third nut.
you felt a third nut.
I did. I felt the third nut and I wasn't sure what it was. Right. And this is my first of nursing.
Okay.
I'm going to make a long story short. Long story short, homeboy was in Alzheimer's.
Oh.
Didn't realize what he was doing, but in 1980 something, he got an implant put in his dick. And when in your nuts, there's a pump. He pumped it, but you couldn't deflate it. He pumped it to where it was about to bust.
Oh my God. That's wild.
We had to send him to the urologist to get it deflated multiple. Because you couldn't. He was so old you couldn't take it out, but it was an implant, like a metal implant. And he would pump it to where his dick got hard.
Wild.
But he had Alzheimer's, so he couldn't remember how pump.
Oh man, that's horrible.
No joke.
Wow.
And I had to find that out first time nurse. Like, I'm seriously like, felt so uncomfortable. Mind you, I'm like maybe 20. And I'm feeling like down the shaft of his cock, squeezing. Like, is there anything wrong in there? Like, feel like I'm stroking him almost, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But god damn it.
Mm.
And yeah, that's what happened.
All right. So, yes.
ED. It's a big thing.
That's what we're just talking about. Yes.
Yeah. So with that man, he got implants.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, what do you do?
I don't take anything no more. For that, nothing. I can swear, like, I don't take the Cialis. I don't take nothing anymore.
So you just leave limp dick?
I don't have a limp dick. That's the thing is I
I
don't.
don't have sex enough that you need it.
What? Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, you're probably right.
No, I'm just trying to get to the point of there are medications that will either keep you rock or continuously rock.
Right.
Our biggest topic today was age and sex.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted a big question to be, what about a 50-year-old and 20-year-old age and sex?
It depends on the person. Of course, with an older person, it's going to be a little bit more. You would think it's going to be a little bit more challenging, but I think like we were.
I don't mean like it was going to work. Is that okay in your mind? My daughter is about to be 17. A 50-year-old's older than me. What if he chose to fuck her?
No,
Why?
that's no.
They're adults.
Yes, and that's a minor.
You can't tell me you fucked somebody other than your mom.
Really? I was an adult when it happened.
So is she. She's 18.
Wow. We're really going there. Like,
You got taken back, huh?
wow. Who are you talking about?
It doesn't matter.
I never fucked anybody older than my mom.
You're a liar.
No, same age.
You're a liar. You may not have known that name.
Oh, wow. Okay. Today's a day to take jabs at Breyden Day.
It's not a jab. That, I swear to God, wasn't. It's not a jab, because I've been there too. It's not a jab. There's a question.
Yeah, you don't. I don't.
It's not a jab, dude. My husband and I both talked about it. We've been there. That's not an uncomfortable situation.
It's really not uncomfortable, but it's just, how does it, for my thing is, it's just like, it's different for each person. You know?
I just meant the age gap.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, my husband and I have both. We're not going to sit here and tell you about the situation, but we can tell you we have.
Right.
It's a comfortable situation.
Right.
But what my question was is the age gap.
Right.
What do you think about that? And thinking about age and sex and time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Another bullet. Time frame.
Personally, as adult, I mean, my late husband was older than me by many, many years. So I don't know that I think as an adult, I thought it was, for me, it was fine because he was older than me, but I was also an adult too. I was 33 when I met him. So, and he was older. He was 48. Well, I mean, everybody's different, but me getting older, I needed him. You know what I'm saying? But other than I just think that it comes with age too, dependent on the person.
That wasn't my question. My question was the age difference.
What about the age difference?
There's a 20-year-old and a 50-year-old.
20 and a 50?
How do you feel about that?
It throws me for a loop. It just, I don't know how to answer, but I can't also give a certain answer on it because I dated somebody older than me as well.
That's fair. I'm just curious. It's the same.
Because I feel like when you're an adult.
About my daughter, obviously, I think issues.
Right.
But I think about now and say, like, I'm pushing 40. If I slept with somebody with 60, it wouldn't be an issue.
But I think when you are an adult, I think that you can make those decisions for yourself when you're an adult. But for me, also, I think, like I said, my preference and most of my exes has been somebody older. So.
All right. So, and with age and sex, do you think that there's a time frame and when it declines?
I mean, in my 30s, I'm going to say for me too, just I feel like because when you start having those enhancers, which are the Viagra's and Cialises, I think everybody's different. But for me personally, it started happening in the mid 30s. It just,
When you met me.
Yeah.
When you met me and I told you what was happening. Huh?
Right. And, and then, so yeah.
I'm not embarrassed. Shit. I don't give a fuck. Fuck. No, I use mine like to the point to where like issues happen.
Yeah.
And no, that you overuse it or even just age and you're going to have some digression.
Right.
You are.
Yeah.
As long as you're comfortable acknowledging, you can actually find the right help.
Right. And we've talked about this plenty of times, and that's where it comes to the part where when I speak, because as a medical
erectile dysfunction is a normal issue.
It is.
It is. The term is scary, but getting your dick hard sucks. If you can have any kind of help and make that feel like it, I'd prefer it not go down than not get up.
Absolutely.
Double me up, bro.
I've been there. So
Don't come at me with a needle, but if I could swallow. What I'm trying to say is, our age, you shouldn't be uncomfortable with talking about.
and it's baby steps
we're
because
all
you get so, and that's what we have the
could be
purpose of this
22.
show.
I could be 22 and I abused my dick so bad it ain't gonna fucking work. And you could be 44 and you never used yours because you didn't like your wife.
Right.
And now it works.
There we go. Yes,
We're all fucking different, bro.
we are, and everybody's different. And so, with that said, this is our longest episode that we've ever done. We went on a really good episode, and like we told you, season 2 is gonna be really great.
Hey, and I will tell you, this is the first episode that Brayden didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He walked in here and acapella'd.
I did it. Here we are. But we did it, I feel like, with flying colors, and we just spoke a lot of our unspoken truth and put a lot of it out there.
It's uncomfortable.
It is, but that's the point of the show.
Isn't that?
Yeah. So we want to wrap things up and just say thank you for listening. We love the new studio we're at. We're glad you guys are going to be a part of this.
It's going to happen.
And our producer Jack is laughing at us in the background over there. I know he had a good riot listening back. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. We love you.
This is a big rise. I can't wait until it gets bigger.
Yeah. And next episode's going to be even better. So we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you.
Next time Brayden will get to fucking plan out so he won't be on the
I'm going to
spot.
have my script and my
You know I'm a cappella. Brayden has the script.
Yes. Thank you again. We love you. Oh, make sure to listen, subscribe, like, comment, and everything and all the above. Boom.